Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, salatu salam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa ala ma. So, in earlier video, we have talked about the theory of AGRP. So now we want to actually configure AGRP basically using Peanut Lab. So if you're not familiar about Peanut Lab, one of the reasons we use Peanut Lab is because on some reasons when we were trying to deep dive about Cisco, we are using another emulator than Cisco packet tracer, alright? Because some of the features are not supported in Cisco or Cisco packet tracer, and we're now using Peanut Lab. So here we want to talk about three material, distributions and prefixes. So before that, we gotta know first how do you basically configure basic configurations, alright? So here we are trying to connect three routers at the same time with their loopbacks and using the HRP. So first, you need to have your own Cisco file. If you don't have it, then you gotta search on Google. You're trying uh, to actually know how do you actually configure actually insert Cisco you know Cisco routers inside of the Peanut Lab. So here we want to use the L3 router, basic that. So now we're using three routers. We want to use three routers. One of the hardest way you need to do to insert the routers was like that, but if you want to you make it really quick, then you just need to type how much routers do you want to insert, just like that. But no, so here we are using three routers, and you want to make the normal configuration with them. So connect this to this, and now this to this. So here we have three routers at the same time for Cisco. Then what we need to do is to activate them, and now basically we have the three routers on. So the first thing we gotta do is to first enter the terminal. So before you want to enter this kind of terminal, then you're gonna see here on the left corner, then you're gonna use the HTML console. We are now inside of the normal terminal. So if you're familiar with CPT, then don't worry because it's all the same, but sometimes this Peanut Lab is a bit laggy. This it will it will what is it called? It will fit the way you want to use your core on the Peanut Lab, alright? So we're gonna wait for the all. Exactly, we haven't made this. So I want to delete this first. A little bit problem here. Oh, I'm sorry. Before you want to delete them, then you're gonna turn them off. Then you can just turn them off. You can just delete them all. Delete selected. And they are gone. So I'm just going to return to do it. We're gonna use L3. I forgot to do that. Like 3. Now we have them all. So I'm gonna make sure they are not broken. Turn them all once again. And now we're trying to see reconnect, and the last one. Once they are done, then we are going to use. We're gonna wait for the Linux to finish them all kind of things. So before we're gonna start, I'm going to explain to you what material we're gonna learn. So first of all, we're gonna learn about distribute list. So I'm gonna explain you the theories first. So here, distributed list is a way you want to filter IP addresses that want to get advertised inside of HRP. Okay, if you want to have a list of distribute that you want to filter, and here we're using access list. Okay, so why we are using accesses here? We want to deny 222 and we want to permit any. So where will we use this function? Inside of the router HRP, and using the distribute command, and list the one is equal to access list. Okay, and then inside is basically a function whether you want to use outside or inside. If we use inside, it means you want to block an IP address that come from the neighbor. If you use outside, is mostly used when you want to block IP address from your own IP addresses. Then we have the outside, which using to deny your own IP addresses to be distributed or advertised by the HRP. And here we have prefix list in. So what's the difference? So an example, in R3 we're going to make a virtual interface IP addresses, a lot of them, with a lot of CIDR prefix. Then in the command we want to use IP prefix list in. IP prefixes AEGRPN. So what is AEGRPN? Is basically just a name. Once you input the IP prefix list, it wants to answer the name. And sequence is what will be filtered first. Second sense means he's the first. Sequence 20 means he's the second. And it will be so on as the smallest number will be filtered first. So it will deny 333.024 less than equal 28. So what's basically that? IP prefixes in SQL 20 permit 000/0 less than 32. So what's basically it? Router HRP 10 distribute list prefix HRP in. So it's using the functions of prefix list, distribute prefix HRP in inside, using the inside functions. So here is the explanations. So basically, when you want to deny something in a prefix list, you want to type out the IP addresses and the prefix. Then what is this less than 28? So this means it will deny IP address less than 28, 27, 26, 25, and 24. And what is prefix permit 00 less than 32? It means permit any other IP addresses, every IP addresses except those we have denied first. Okay, here's the combinations. So if you use 24 only, then it will only, if you use one prefix only, then it's going to ban only one prefix. If you use 24 less than 28, it will ban all the IP address from 24 to 28. If you use 24 get 26, it means it will ban all the IP addresses from the home of 24, start from 26, 27, 28 until the last prefix address. If you use get 26 let 30, so what does that mean? 24, the home prefix or the main prefix, and the greater than 26. So the start IP address banning from 26 and less than 30. So 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And so on. So let's start to the configuration. So now we are inside of the terminal. You want to deny this first? No. No. And also this no. No. Once you're done, then it will stay down. Enable conf. We want to name it first host R1. Then we're going to the interface. no shutdown. Give the IP addresses 25, 25, 25 with 0. Alright, we're gonna do this. And interface look back. IP at 1111.255.255.255.255. So what we're gonna do here is router AGRP 10. We're gonna use the autonomous system 10 and network 10 10 10 1 0 0 0 0. So why do we 0 0 0? Because we only want to advertise one IP addresses, which one is the use for the road. Okay, and then network 111 and then 0 0 0 0. Only advertising the 111 or the loopback and no out. Went back to the R2 and conf host R2 in a 00, no shutdown. Again, IP at 10.10.10.2, or we're going to reply the IP address that given to the from the okay, I forgot 255.255.0. We're gonna reply back the IP addresses and interface loopback IP at 2222. Okay. Okay, 255.255.255.0. Oh, wrong input. Okay, then we're gonna use router HRP, the same autonomous system, then network, advertising the network 0 0 0 0. Okay, net 111 0 0 0 0 0 0. Now auto. And what did we miss? Yes, exactly, we haven't configured the router way to the R2. No shutdown, IP at 20.20.20.2, 255.255.0, and go back to the router HRP, then net 20.20.22, 0 0 0 0 0. Now going back to R3 and conf host R3 interface is 00, no shutdown, IP at 20.20.23, 255.255.0, and then int loopback IP at 3333, 255 and 255. Now we're gonna advertise them all. How do you advertise them all? Net root AGRP 10. Okay, root AGRP router HGP 10, network is 0 0 0 0. So if we advertise this, it means we advertise every IP address inside of our router. Now we're gonna check this out. Go to your router 1 and show IP route and see that we have all of the IP addresses. Then we try to ping do ping 333. Success 505. Now we want to try to filter the IP addresses. So how do we do that? Access list 1 deny 222. Access list 1 permit any. Now distribute list router AGRP 10 distribute list 1, and then we're gonna see here in and then the interface in and the interface is 0 0. Okay, see again. Now we're trying to check the Dusha IP route. We don't see 222 here, but we can see 222 here. Work just like it so. Exactly, we haven't advertised it. How stupid are we? Router HRP 10, no net 111.0.0.0.0, net 222 0.0.0.0. X do show run. Now we gotta check it out. We don't see 222 here, but we see 222 here. You can see the difference, and we're trying to use the prefix list now. So if you want to use the prefix list, you're gonna have a lot of IP addresses, but we don't have any device here. So we're gonna use a dummy interface or the interface loopback. IP add 333. We're gonna use the subnetting. Don't forget the subnet 17 to 40 and low 2 IP add. We're gonna see the example here. 222 333 245 248 and low 3 IP add 100 224 224 and in the first loopback 4 IP add 33 150 255 255 255 240 or 252 and loopback 5 IP add 333 200 255 255 and 240. And now we want to see if it works or not. We want to check. So how do we check? The first thing first, you can see all the IP addresses, and we now want to prefix. You want to filter all of this by using the IP prefix list. It's this HRPN. Okay. HRPN deny 333 024 let 32. You're gonna ban all of the 333, okay? And then you want to oh, I forgot that. So we don't want to do that. You don't want to do this. You don't forget to do the sequence. Now we want to do this first. Don't forget to use the sequence, guys. And sequence 10 20. Then we're gonna do this. Permit 333 0 0 just 0, that's 32. Okay, and now we're gonna input them into the router HRP10 IP prefixes. Oh, distribute list, we're gonna use the same function, distribute list, and then using the prefix HRPN. And don't forget the function on the end. Now we want to check it out if we receive the IP address. To show, okay, now we can see. Now all the IP addresses from 333 was gone, and that's the functions. That's basically the functions of the distribute prefix list. So maybe that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll give you simple, quick conclusions from what have I made here. So basically, we have configured all the IP addresses here, from here, and we have configured the distribute list. We want to deny 2 from here, and we want to deny 3 from here. Okay. Now the question is, will he receive the 333? We show IP root. The answer is no. Because why? Because we've denied the 333 start from here, so it will not be advertised to the neighbor. So here's the function. Just imagine R3 has a lot of connections that R1 connections doesn't need the R3 connections. So we have a middleman here. This is R2, or you can call it the data center. We want to filter all of the IP addresses that is needed and not needed. When we want to deny them, it means we don't need it. So we want to ban all of the IP addresses in R3 is not going to be advertised to R1. Okay, an example of an internet service provider to the client router. He doesn't need every IP addresses on the internet. He only needs some of them. So maybe that's all for me. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Azmi Fawzan Akbar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for watching.